Tunde was a man of quiet dreams and relentless determination. In his early years, he had just graduated from school and was trying to find his feet in a tech world that didn't favor the broke or inexperienced. He lived in a cramped single room apartment with a leaking roof and tattered clothes, and most nights he went to bed on an empty stomach. But despite his poor circumstances, he was madly in love. She was beautiful, ambitious, and always dressed like someone who belonged to the ladies in the high society. Tunde met her during their school days. He was the nerdy type, always working on a website design, a software bug, and anything that you would find in the tech space. And she was drawn to his brilliance, his calm nature, and maybe the idea that someday he could become somebody. Her name was Miriam, but love for her was very, very transactional. She always demanded a lifestyle that Tunde couldn't afford: hair appointments, new phones, new wigs, endless dates, weekend getaways, and a change of wardrobe. At least he tried. Oh, he tried. He borrowed, he saved, and even stressed himself thin just to make her happy. He justified the pain with hope and always said to himself, one day she'll see how much I sacrificed. And that one day, we will just laugh about all of this. But that one day never came. One afternoon, drained and exhausted, Tunde finished a freelance coding job and decided to surprise Miriam, his girlfriend. He had just received 80,000 naira, the most he had ever earned in a single gig, and wanted to take her out and maybe even discuss a future together. As he got to her house, the door was slightly opened. Thinking about the worst that could have happened, he walked in and his world shattered. There she was, in bed with another man. It wrecked him. She looked up, startled. Tunde, what are you doing here? The man beside her smirked. Now this your broke boyfriend with this. Tunde didn't say a word. He simply walked away. His heart splintered into a million pieces. Later that day, she came to his house, and her excuse was, "You don't give me what I want. I deserve better." That day, Tunde ended the relationship with a part of him shattered and broken. And that day became the end of falling in love with Eve's daughters. On the other hand, Adora had been looking forward to the day when she would walk down the aisle with her boyfriend Michael. They met briefly at a friend's party, and Adora fell in love with him. A gentle, soft spoken young man who taught fine art at a local school. He wasn't rich, he wasn't flashy, but he loved her deeply and purely. Every Saturday they would meet and dream of a future, of a simple life filled with laughter. Michael had promised to marry her once he found a better job in Abuja. He was already prepared. He had even taken her to see his parents to prove to her that he was serious about them doing forever. But fate had its own plan. Michael was hit by a drunk driver while crossing the road to join her at their favorite joint. He died on the spot. Adora quickly rushed to his side. She didn't cry at first. She just sat still for hours, holding on to his lifeless body and the shattered dreams they never got to live. Her heart was broken into so many pieces that not even the strongest glue could hold them together. The grief consumed her. She couldn't bring herself to feel anything. She closed herself off emotionally. Love, she thought, wasn't meant for her anymore. She refused all suitors afterwards. Her foster parents were very mad at her. Ada, you can't be like this. How long do you want to mourn a dead man? Remember, he was a nobody. You have to move on and find a man you can build a family with. You're no longer getting any younger. But how do you move on from a soul connection? From a man who gets you and understands you even when the world doesn't? How do you even move on after 3 years of silence and loneliness? How? Years have passed, and Adora and Tunde met at a tech fair in Lagos. Things were becoming better for Tunde as he had just launched his first startup, a health app. Adora too was doing so well. She worked in a digital branding after relocating from Enugu, and she was one of the event organizers. They bumped into each other and started a conversation. It lasted for hours, and they both found themselves laughing and giggling at each other's jokes. Something sparked. What started as laughter turned into late night hangouts. Tech brainstorming turned into deeper conversations. It wasn't love at first sight, but something really sparked. They kept talking, collaborating, and learning from each other. He was cautious, she was guarded, but slowly walls started to fall. Late night calls turned into sunrise hangouts. They shared dreams, scars, losses. For the first time in a long while, they both felt safe with each other. Today made her life like she hadn't in years. Adora believed in his vision like no one ever had. Love, real love, found them when they stopped looking. But just when everything felt perfect, life threw another curveball. One evening, Tunde collapsed and was rushed to the hospital. The diagnosis, kidney failure, severe. He needed a transplant. This crushed Adora. The thought of losing another man sent her spiraling into memories of Michael's death. But she wasn't the same woman anymore. She had healed, she had grown stronger, and she would do everything possible to ensure that Tunde got better and back on his feet. When the doctors confirmed she was a match, she didn't hesitate. Everyone tried to stop her, but her mind was made up. I'd rather give him life than lose him, she told them. And she quickly signed off on the necessary documents to prepare herself for the surgery. The surgery was successful. Tunde woke up to find Adora beside him. He broke down in tears. That was the moment he knew this woman wasn't just his lover, she was his destiny, the other half he had prayed for. When he was strong enough, he got on one knee in the recovery ward and proposed. You gave me your kidney, but you've also given me love, peace, hope, like no other person had done for me. Please, will you marry me? And she said yes. And they left the hospital together as newly engaged couple to plan the rest of their lives. Months later, the time came to meet Tunde's parents. He was nervous but excited. They traveled to his hometown. His mother had prayed for a woman like Adora and longed to see her after hearing about her sacrifice for her son. As they entered the house, they were welcomed in a warm manner. But then something happened. Tunde's mother looked closely at the left side of Adora's face. A distinct mark, the birthmark on Adora's cheek, same as hers. Hmm. She quietly left the parlor and went into her room in search of an old faded photograph she had kept hidden for many years. Her hands trembled as she stared at it. But in order not to spoil the moment, she decided to wait the next day so that she can confirm her suspicion. The next day, barely having slept, she called everyone into the living room and brought out the photograph. Tunde, she said, "Yes, mommy. That mark, that birthmark, you never told us." He looked confused. "What about it?" Tears welled up in her eyes. "That mark is the same one my daughter, your lost sister, had. The same one Ayo had before she was kidnapped." The room fell silent. Adora stared at her speechless. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're saying." Then the story poured out. Years ago, we lived in Enugu, and our daughter Ayo, barely 5 years old, had been taken during a market riot. We searched everywhere, and all we had was hope and that very mark. Eventually, we gave up and relocated to Ijebu Ode with our only son Tunde, who was just 7 at the time. Then Tunde's father looked up too and saw the mark and checked out the pictures too. His eyes widened. "That's the mark our daughter had, the daughter we lost." Silence filled the air. The picture showed a little girl with striking resemblance to Adora. The birthmark was unmistakable. Adora was stunned. Her foster parents had told her she was adopted when she was about the same age, but never shared the full story. They had found her alone during a market stampede, abandoned. They had said, "They raised me as their own. I never knew where I came from." Tunde quickly demanded that a DNA test be conducted for them to be sure of this misery. That day, a DNA test was arranged. When the results came out, everybody was stunned. Adora was Ayo. She was Tunde's biological sister. Their words turned upside down. Just when they thought they found love, their love became shattered a second time. And this was the reason why Adora's DNA matched Tunde's own. And he had always been wondering how, out of Sherlock, she saved him. Their love had been tested by heartbreak, time, illness, and now fate. Adora quickly sent for her mother and she joined in the reunion.